13 plus. Oh yeah.
I like the fact that at Team Secret, you're seeing some of the players there, and they're just kind of, you know, sitting back. They're pretty chill at this point. I don't think that they need to kind of, I mean, there's not a whole lot of pressure when you've kind of showed up for the other 2 matches. And going into this one, they know that this is pretty much a free ride. If anything, they might be testing out some new strats, and it might be very interesting.
Okay, I want to dwell in on that free ride, yes, because this is like, again, an unbearing match. And from these kind of scenarios that these teams are really chill in general, we might see something different. They might want to try something new, but for me, there's a risk factor. If you open a lot of maybe a page of your hero pool, especially now we're heading to the draft, they could try something else against A7.
Okay, very clearly they are looking at a different perspective here. It's going to be the Allgren as well as Musashi ban. I'm very happy to say this. I think we might be looking at a very different kind of draft from both teams, right? So Dolia as well as the idea going to be banned out, and that's going to open up the Mai Shiranui now for the hands of Shishan. Now, I don't know whether you noticed this, but Shishan, he had the cooling patch on his forehead yesterday. This time, it's Xuan who gets the cooling patch on his forehead. So it looks like they're feeling a little bit sick today.
Yeah, they're just a little too hot. Too hot. No, it got to cool down. No, after that fiery start of those first two other games. But no, all jokes aside, I hope everybody is healthy and good to go, especially with the knockout stage starting tomorrow.
Yeah, with the first ban as well, going to Team Secret, it's the Allgren and the Musashi. That's been a good combo throughout the game that we saw. And looking back on the prioritization of how Team Secret went on just the early game tempo, Mai Shiranui, they have performed well with this, and they really want to take this for the priority pick.
Okay, now Loom and Dun. These are very strong picks. We've already seen the highlights of a good Dun from a couple of games yesterday. This time we're going to bring in the Loom as well. So Dun will be the one, frontlining, diving into the backlines as well. And Team Secret look pretty prepared for this because they have the Menki and Artie as well.
Yeah, the funny thing about the ALPHA7 Esports Influence Rage matchup, it's like whichever team got the Doom ended up with the W. So they're going to go with that. They're going to try to keep it consistent and just kind of pick this as, the first pick for them.
Yeah, it's kind of like a window, like a face check fail-safe button as a hero. But one thing that we want to see for Team Secret as well is this early pick, right? It's a mid to late game power spike hero, depending on how you start with your momentum. If they have the right damage to build up from minute 1, this is kind of like a slow and steady pace, building up damage. And Dune, on the other hand, needs to do the same thing as well. Because if you don't have the right defenses, it could be like a devastating way to melt down his defenses.
Yeah, there's definitely some benefit in the movement on the side of Team Secret, right? But at this point, Dharma being picked up by ALPHA7, I think it's also something that brings a good deal of value into the lineup, because this Dharma will be able to catch the people on the back lines with the Truth Mantra as well. We've already seen how this Truth hurts for a lot of the teams. And if you take a look at it, a lot of CC offered by the lineup of ALPHA7 thus far.
ALPHA7 getting Dharma as well. I think this is a great way to see how teams wrap around and team fights engage. It's been a thing nowadays, right? Like, you have a Clash lane hero, either the Liu Bang or the Han Shin, that can really dictate fights unless you have no choice but to push lanes. But this Dharma alone in such hands in the players here in HOKC has been a beneficial hero in targeting the right heroes.
Yeah, the bans are coming out from ALPHA7. They want to target ban onto Xuan here. So Charlotte as well as Mayin going to be taken out. Team Secret, they're looking for the mid lane Cryo instead. So they ban out the Mortar, they ban out the Lady Shen. This is going to open up a couple of picks like the Princess Frost, the Shangguan as well. Really depends, right? ALPHA7, what kind of composition do they go for? They have this very stronghold where they're able to have control of team fights, but they don't have enough damage yet.
Yeah, they have control of team as well as confidence in this kind of bad situation on point of the Princess Frost as we are talking about it. And to think of that, this early has a lot of pairs that Team Secret can be useful for, such as the Bonsu and probably, what do you call this, Zhangfei. I think they're going to be it's going to be a last pick Zhangfei, depending on the Team Secret wants to go with this, because we've seen some moves as well. Arlie being paired with Li and Po, being paired by the, Doli's ban, Diadea's ban too. So most likely the hard control options will be one of the Arlie, so depending if they want to go ahead and take that for themselves.
Yeah, there's no such thing as too much control in Honor of Kings. You want to have 5 members with all CCs. Lockdown after lockdown, and it is going to be the Yarria and Byron coming out from the side of Team Secret.
Okay, I love it. Like, this is one of like my top 3 go-tos. If you use an Arlie, either you need someone to either sustain you fully, because Ming is not really a good option for an Arlie, but the Yarya as well. They did want to go for the Zhang Fei. So with this kind of dive that they have with the composition, yeah, they can really go and extend the team fights as well.
Yeah, I like this, and I like the fact that you brought up this Yarya, right? The Wandering Beam actually is going to do much more damage to ALPHA7 than most people realize, because the Wandering Beam will be able to scout out people hidden in the bushes. They don't need to check the brushes, right? They can just throw this Wandering Beam, get the vision, and be safe from potential ganks.
Yeah, I mean, it's going to be interesting because you're kind of latching onto the Arlie. You have the potential with the Mai as well. Both very squishy. They need the buff by Yarya, so it kind of really adds off. Team Secret right now, yes, you're basically taking fights 4 versus 5 essentially with bodies, but Yarya attaching onto the squishier ones is really going to just help sustain this team.
A7 with the last pick, Zhang Fei. Just adding up the damage with magic and physical, right? You have Luong, you have the Princess Frost, and the Dharma to complement some sort of counter initiation. I think this is one way to set up the Dharma. I think it's a great combo, a growing combo nowadays, the Zhang Fei and the Dharma. Because it sets up a really great angle depending on how the clashing really moves around with his microplay. And it's a great way to set up the perfect outburst for a team. And we've seen some great plays right here that actually happen time and time again.
Yep, and it's a Zhang Fei guarantee with this minus. So if they're looking to be able to win out that farm lane, I think that Firehawk and Sword major importance for the side of ALPHA7.
I think it's more likely both of the early game from these two. I kind of like set up the question like, will they go for a different hero? And so far, the Yarya has been an open choice here for teams. So you want to move for it. It's not a bad choice because the more that they want to dive in situations, just like a lineup has so much crowd control and defense with Freaks, Iomine, and also Mano Frizer here being at the front. You have more ways to just freely be confident in putting up those damage right onto your opponent.
Well, looks like they're gonna go in, and it looks like Shisan got caught out with just chilling in the bush, and he gets blown up. He's gonna give a first blood to Freaks.
Yeah, the flash of death there, and I think this is a great start. We knew that ALPHA7 was gonna come in swinging today, and boy, what a good start.
Yeah, and speaking of Starlight, this is a combo that I'm looking for to kind of really grow with A7. Kind of like a couple type of thing. For that, Zhang Fei and Freaks being in the right position and how Freaks would want to rotate early, this would give you a chance for A7 to get with the vision as well. So with this kind of rotation they want to go against Team Secret, do you want to make sure on how Suwon and Sun could deal with the damage as well moving forward?
Yeah, and right now ALPHA7, because they have this slight lead, I'll call it, right? It's very slight lead in terms of EXP and a little bit more map control. It does put them in a perfect position to really, start building that gap between them and TS.
Two farm lanes on the bottom lane, both on momentum. I think they really want to fight it with the same window on where these two farms could be activated. I think from the edge of the early game, I'm going fourth with Yuan and Sun here because mainly with the damage being amplified too soon without having the first 2 items for this early.
Really played. He finds Juan trying to go for this one. He's got force field suppression. He's a little bit tankier. He's going to be wind slashed up yet again. Freaks, he's going to actually use the truth, but Juan looking to flash away. They're continuing on. Shisan shows up. He's got the show region. He does get the kill. Freaks is going to be down. Beningas is now in a world of hurt. He's looking to fight with TNX, but Juan with the shield keeping him alive, at least for now. No, Shisan gets the double. Hakan is looking to fight. He's got the flash, and Juan is cutting him away. Oh, but he does get the shot, and he does get the kill on the Juan, but it's a 3-for-1.
That shimmy that Juki was dancing around the jungle there. I mean, he still died, but that was a great play.
Yeah,
and in the backline, Unbridled Outburst just going under tower, does not care. He was trying to go for Sun. He's going to list step away, but he eats a Flaming Palm and Infinite Fastness, and Almighty says goodbye.
Okay, trying to go in for the chase. Well, it was a questionable commitment as well for A7 just to dive in and just be present on the enemy camp. And considering that they were looking for an avenue here, they want to slightly go the lead or grow the lead with road difference. So with TNX, we're looking at the jungler as well, TNX, and as well as done here, Beningas. And it's like a great start for the Benki as well. There's so much tankiness, yes, but they really got caught off guard there in the farmland. A7 really know how to turn everything down from the minute that they wanted to take advantage.
I like the fact that you pick up on the golden, right? And because Almighty is actually doing really well for himself. He's leading close to almost 1,000 gold, and in the farm lane, that's like having, you know, $1 million over your competitor.
And it's an advantage for an early. Like, you want to start early with an early to make the damage more happen closely. So we've seen some aggressiveness from Hyken as well. I think this is one they could do. This is the one they go for. Put pressure on Team Secret, more movement around the map as well. And this is how they rotate. Find a way to pressure them over and get those objectives right for themselves.
Tyrant has been defeated.
The issue here for the side of ALPHA7, they do get that first Tyrant buff, and Team Secret, you know they don't take things lying down, right? So they will go for the immediate trade, taking out the Overlord as well. Now, in terms of map control, I think ALPHA7 does have a steady control, nothing too big just yet. And TS, Team Secret, managed to really keep this goal difference at 8,000 so far.
Sun and U1. Moments of farm lane brilliance. Where could it start? Like, now they have the push just yet. I think they just probably were buying some more time with this lineup. It doesn't work like in a snap, but having the Overlord with them as Team Secret wants to progress with the objectives as well. They don't want to commit, they're not taking the Tyrant buff, but they're more ready to be actively defensive because they know Zhangfei has early game. They have more ways to defend this. I think just being careful as well on how to address these kinds of team fights because they know how proactively Hyken is just rotating around the map against Team Secret, and this is a bad thing. Early game, you have a power spike from the Princess Frost. You might want to weigh out that damage when you can really deflect the damage against them.
Yeah, I mean, that's why they're consistently pressuring this farm lane, right? At the same time, building that lead does give some room for the rest of the cast on the side of Team Secret to grow, and Shishan is a potential problem because nobody has addressed this Maishu just yet.
We need more items to really pop off.
Has destroyed
you
a
have
tower.
a lot of micro plays to pull off against the opposing team. You just need to find the right target. So far, the hard front line here is just being a Dreamrealm topper.
Next on to Benignis, he's going to back off. The winner he's here is going to just zone them away. And ALPHA7, they had a full commitment. Team Secret actually portaled to the bottom. They brought Juan in, expecting a fight. And ALPHA7 Esports just kind of avoid that. They don't really want to take anything right now.
Yeah, and it's the pressure point. I haven't seen the pattern here. A7 slowly building up some items in, and as we see here for Princess Frost, going over the magic damage as well. Axe of Storm are now present for the Luon, going Spanner with the base item too. So comparing it from one another, we were looking at early having the Doomsday right away. So aggressively, not yet is the time for this early to strike. But good thing, they're just proactively moving around the farm lane, just look for a potential gank. Nothing has come close yet for the farm lane of TS.
Yeah, and at this point, the 1,000 difference is pretty much shown, right? Almighty now managing to get the Eternity Blade, so he's going to have that crit damage. And at this point, 3-3, 6 kills in between the teams. It is Team Secret recovering. They have managed to cut down the lead that ALPHA7 have gotten for themselves, but they haven't really achieved anything in turning the game around just yet.
Comparing how Team Secret starts their game in the previous matches, they really kind of taking things slow here after this game. And we see more like
Flaming Palm goes right on the Juan. It looks like they get the pick off. Almighty goes in. The Unbridled Outburst. Shisan has been stunned up. It looks like they're going to take the mid-T1. And they do take it. ALPHA7 Esports kind of doing a great job in this early game.
Yeah, this is the wonders of the lineup of A7. You have the Zhangfei, moments of hard crowd control brilliance, and with that kind of situation that A7 is putting in the board of Team Secret, damage needs to be in check. We've seen some damage slowly building up by Arlie, but not yet really that powerful to give it a counterattack. But it's just mostly a boost basic damage. It won't be enough for the Zhangfei to deal damage enough down. There's such certain ways that you would need to get those two items right away. As we see, they're going for pressure down bottom, Arlie and Sun and Yuan. So far, they want to take the map and
Juan on the backside. He's taking so much damage. Almighty gets another pick off. The blue buff has actually been taken by TNX. He does get that with Smite. The Wind Slash onto Sun, who's doing some work onto Benignis. He's doing some damage. The Gale's Benediction keeping him alive, but Sun kind of damaging him across, and they've lost one member, but Team Secret right now on the defensive.
Yeah, but still, you can see, right, the benefits of the lineup, and Sun with the Doomsday does have some damage in him.
Does have some damage. The winner is here, just zoning them away. Team Secret don't really want any of this action. Juan is back up, though, so that's going to be something to keep note of as we hit the 7-minute mark.
So, yeah, My Shinobi, good guys here for you guys to see in your screens right now. We are looking for My Shinobi to pop up as well. Like combining the damage that this lineup can do. It's a slow, steady pace kind of lineup that you would need to pull out. I kind of call it like an expensive lineup to be followed, because if that thing had completely utilized in the later stages of the game, it could mean a lot of damage from the right now they're just being careful, and Johan is really coming close on how to provide everybody support here. But it's mostly like the push and pull in and out, not too much of a fight just yet, because they know they're not gonna get any more exchange if they really want to commit. Look at the damage and pull coming in from the team of A7. It's really deadly as well.
Yeah, and at this point, you know, ALPHA7, they will make the push. It is going to be the Tyrant buff in the favor of
Really
TNX.
played. They found TNX. They want to keep going, ride the wind, knocking them away. TNX is excuse me, Team Secret is doing a good job of retreating away.
Okay, I'm not sure about you, but it doesn't feel like Team Secret is kind of getting flustered or feeling the pressure, right? It looks like they're still looking for that one angle to approach the fight.
Yeah, I mean, they've got that one big team fight, and that's kind of where they turn the game around. But again, TNX taking a lot of damage. And my biggest worry about all of this is that ALPHA7 Esports, Almighty is getting all of the kills. He's actually starting to pop off. He does some serious damage here.
Yeah, and he's now on level 12 as well, the Luo Almighty, but comparing it to the other side of the team. Farblade Sun is on level 12 as well. Not too much of a shining glory just yet for this farm lane to go in the distance in terms of damage. Yeah, we're looking for that angle. The name of the game of Team Secret right now, comparing to the performances in the matches recently, it's more like an aggressive, calculated one. It's still there, but so far just dealing with the best possible solution to activate their lineup as early as possible. It's just 10 minutes. Yeah, Team A7 has a window here that they need to pull off, but Team Secret, yeah, they're just waiting for the right time to play.
Okay, so as it stands now, they do occupy that bottom side of the jungle. So ALPHA7, I think they want to buy time, right? Primal Bond is still up for about the next 5 seconds, which is not that long. But Rhino Frizer will do an important job to scout information out, and he shouldn't take too much damage.
Yeah, I mean, he's taking a decent amount already. He's about half already, just leaving Saviors back to keep Almighty up. And Almighty's just kind of been picking them apart. It looks like Unruly Blade does go in, but it looks like TNX doesn't want any of this action. He just backs off. He's just so tanky. And right now, again, feeling out process, poking and prodding, but really no actual action.
Yeah, and I think it's kind of patience, right, for both teams. But right now, I think because they don't have an advantage in the sense where T3s are taken down, this is a bit of a risk.
The Tyrant is starting to go the Dream Roll. He's going to go in for this, but Almighty actually gets the Tyrant, and they find TNX. Freaks knocks him back with the Truth. Juan is all the way up in front, the Infinite Fastness. He's going to go aggressive, and they're trying to take out Sun, and they do. Freaks takes him down. They've taken Juan as well. They've got 3 members. Make that 4. Juan goes to the grave as well.
Oh my goodness, completely close to an ace. Team Secret. Only Shizan is left from that kind of contest that A7 was so confident against Team Secret. Frontline crowd control, proper targeting, and they know what to do on to melt Team Secret down this kind of defense. I'm bound to see some replay.
Yeah, so very nice stun, right? They actually get rid of the main tank TNX in this fight. At the same time, the fight is split. So if you take a look at it, it's always an over advantage in numbers, right? 3v2, 3v1. Nobody on the side of Team Secret was able to get a fair fight in their favor. And now A7 looking to capture.
Yeah, look at them go, but TNX, they pushed him away, and they take him out yet again. Almighty with that one, and it looks like they've gotten Sun as well. Yuhan just rack him up as it looks like they want that bottom T3. They don't care about the fact that they don't have creeps. They're going to continue to push. Shisan throwing those Kachusins out, trying to slow this push down, but without any minions, at least they have a small reprieve.
Wow. A7 on the 12.
Almighty going in for this one. He gets the blow up. He destroys Shisan, and he goes infinite fastness, and they start to style an ALPHA7 Esports. Take it to Team Secret as they take the base at 12 minutes and 55 seconds.
Yeah, Brazil is loud in this game 1. I mean, that was a rampage, a solo kill right in the faces under the crystal, and ALPHA7 said they came to play today, and they did more than that. They performed today.
Yeah, we've seen some better versions finally of the teams who actually made it to the knockout stage, and we are really looking at great potential here. ALPHA7 Esports beat